up, guys? It's your boy Beatty, back again with another video.
And your boy Eric, Mud Buddy Eric.
And today we got Fluff and Puff Radio Q&A.
Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, it is.
Well, you're going to call it Q&A with Eric Kanevsky because that's going to get more views.
Yeah,
but our viewers know that it's Fluff and Puff. It's always Fluff and Puff with us.
Oh wait, is it Eric or Vladimir? Vladimir today?
Oh shit, I got the Vladimir tattoos on because we actually just did a prank video. This is Beatty's first prank in 3 years. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get him to fucking do it for all this time. And you came to me yourself, you're like, I want to be in a prank.
Well, you know why that happens is that when you're bodybuilding 100%, you don't have the mind frame to do anything else.
Yeah.
Like same with you, right? Like when you're bodybuilding, you don't really do anything else.
Yeah, I remember I asked you to do a prank video with me back in October or something. And you're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to because I have to take a shit or something after my workout. Like, I just can't do it. Yeah. That was legit, like, your reason. Like, I have to stop home to eat, take a shit, and I'm going to be tired after.
Like, honestly, mentally, you just can't do it. Like, your day is just food, take a shit, train, take a shit, food. Like, it's just nonstop.
Well, that's why I'm just done bodybuilding seriously, and I'm focused on this 100%. Because if you try to balance two things,
you can't do it.
It's not going to work.
You can't do it.
So it's either one or the other. And obviously, I'm all in with the pranks. So like when I shoot, I don't eat before I shoot until I'm done shooting for the day. So sometimes my first meal is like 8 hours after I wake up. Mm-hmm. But that's because if I eat, I'm going to be tired and I'm going to waste time. Like,
yeah.
You just, you got to focus on one thing, whatever you're doing. If you're going to do something, then do it right. And
I agree. So right now, like, I took a long break from competing as well. So my mood is good, my energy is good. So I'm down to do, some pranks, And
how was your experience today filming? Like,
it was fun actually. It was fun.
Do you see how much work goes into it now?
Oh yeah, it's like people don't realize. I think people don't realize what goes into it because once you get the finished product, it looks so simple.
Yeah.
But
people want to criticize and like say what they would have done differently. Like, you wouldn't even be able to do this in the first place if you saw how much goes into it.
Hell no, because first of all, like you don't want the people to see the camera,
right?
So that
so having the camera hidden,
it's hard.
And at the same time getting a good shot, it's hard
to do. Yeah. If they see the camera, the prank is finished.
Yeah, and if you get a shitty shot, you can't upload that either. So
exactly.
You got to balance those two things.
And you only have so much tries to get it right, like before you run out of places to go.
Yeah, or until you get tired,
Exactly.
Like I don't shoot when I'm tired. I make sure to get a full night of sleep before I do. Like if I'm not in a good mood, I'm not funny. So,
it's not worth it.
It's not like working a 9-to-5 job where you can just half-ass it. Like you have to be on your A game always when you're recording, and there's only so many hours you can do that in a day. So. Then, like, tomorrow I have to wash all these tattoos off because they're going to fade, put them on again on Friday. Like, it's a whole long process just to get the video started. And then you get the video started, and then you go to every place. Some of the reactions aren't good, Like I said before, it all depends on, like, the person you're pranking. Like, if they're not going along with it, no matter how good you are, it's not going to be good, so...
Yeah, some people have, like, an attitude like the Asian guy with the
yeah.
He didn't give me a good reaction because... I could tell he didn't want anything to do with me. He was kind of like brushing me off, like
That's why you should have said racist. Well, my video is probably going to be up, the one we did by the time this is up. But either way, go check out my channel and you'll see it. But with that said, we have only 3 questions today, which I think is more than enough considering how much we go into detail with each one. Okay. And I'd rather just answer 3 good questions than go over the bullshit ones like, how do you get big arms? Like, I specifically said don't make the questions boring when I made my post. And the first question is, how do you get big arms, bro? Like, the hell are people thinking? And then I think the other question that I got was, what's your bench press max? Like, yeah, that's so exciting to talk about.
we don't have a bench press max.
Yeah, I don't even bench.
Yeah, there you go.
But the first thing that we're going to be talking about today, what is one piece of advice you can give to someone looking to not lose all gains with no gym exes? So, like my old coach, Jason Coley, said, and I got to agree with him, this period of time that we're in right now where with the whole situation going on where we don't have access to gyms, it's gonna show at the end who's really about it and who isn't. Because if you're serious about it, gym or no gym, you're gonna find a way to get your workout in. You're gonna find a way to make it happen. If you have absolutely no equipment whatsoever to work out with, then you're just full of shit. You can get something. You can get a pair of 30-pound dumbbells. You can get heavy bands. You can just get a barbell with a 245s. And even that is so much better than nothing. And, you know, you might have to go out of your way to get it. But, you know, if you live in some little city in Nebraska or something, and the nearest place to get dumbbells is some guy in Craigslist 3 hours away, you know, are you willing to make that 3-hour drive or not? And if you're not, you know, then don't complain when you lose all your gains after this is over. Mm-hmm. You know, you do have to go out of your way to make shit happen right now. But the people who are serious about it are going to find a way no matter what. Like you saw what I have in my house.
You got a home gym pretty much.
Yeah. I got this $1,700.
It wasn't cheap, but guess what?
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough, you'll do it.
Full cable thing, right. If you want it bad enough, you'll put it on a credit card. Just like with coaching, just like we normally say about the coaching, like this is the same shit. Like if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to make the money to pay for it. But you don't even need a fucking $1,700 home gym. No. Just a pair of dumbbells, just a barbell and some blades, the heavy bands. That's already better than nothing. And even with just that, you can do enough to maintain your physique, if not make even more gains, especially if you're a beginner.
So the reason I usually be eating is I haven't ate all day. We was out shooting the prank.
And people love seeing your meals. It's like a fetish.
Yeah.
So no matter how many times you show the same fucking meal,
they love it.
You gotta keep showing it.
But anyway, so when everything went to shit, my first idea was I need to find a gym to train at. And me and Eric, literally, when I tell you we milked it to the last bit, we're actually still milking it. Like, we searched different cities, different counties.
No, we drove to a whole different city, to San Diego, which is a 2-hour drive.
Literally.
Just for one workout. And you're not willing to make that drive to get equipment that you're going to have forever?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. And then when those options started, like, dwindling down, I literally was like, okay, I'm going to find a way. So I literally started hitting people up, trying to get equipment. Then I'm like, me and my girl talking, I'm like, I don't think we can fit enough stuff in this house the way I want to.
You have a fucking empty room. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
But like,
what does your girl want to do with it? Fit equipment.
I wanted to get barbells and all of that.
You should. Talk to your girl after this.
So this is what I did. I hit up a group of friends, including Eric, my boy Aquaman, a couple other friends, and basically we all decided that Aquaman has a lot of space. He has 2 homes. So I'm like, okay, we can make this work. And I was like, oh, let's get barbells. Let's basically get a full gym, and we all split the money. And all of us said, okay, fuck it, because we didn't give a shit.
But then I got there and I'm like, fuck, I'll just put it in my own place.
But then he told me that he actually wants to put it in San Pedro, which is so far away, and that kind of dwindled down. But just to see that we were actually willing to like make a full gym and spend money on it.
Whatever it comes down to, like, we're gonna find a way. That's your point.
We're gonna find a way. That's my whole point. Eric bought the whole gym.
Right now, we both basically have the key to like this secret gym that we go to. But
if we didn't, we still make.
Yeah, there's already a search warrant for that gym. Because you know, people are fucking tagging the walls now. They're making a big deal about this little gym that like 20 people, the same 20 people max, go to per day, and it's like. Like, I just don't understand the mindset of these people. They're making a huge deal about this little private gym, and then they're going to the grocery store where there's 1,000 different people every single day, and they're fine with that. But this little gym, no, you gotta make a big deal about it. This guy, the owner of this gym, has, like, detectives calling him and shit. Like,
it's ridiculous.
Like, he's a fucking FBI, like, wanted criminal or something, just for having a gym open.
And it's like, it's not even open to the public. It's not like he's taking in, like...
It's close to the public. It's only open to like a few of us.
I've had friends call him. He doesn't answer anymore. You know, he's not letting anybody in. It's like only the select group of people that he feels comfortable with are in there. I've never seen more than 5 people in there.
Yeah.
At this location, right? More than 5 people in there. You know, it's not what. How are you gonna leave your house, the comfort of your house and safety, to come put signs up and tag the wall? You know what I'm saying? But you're screaming about safety. How about you stay home? So it's crazy, but the point of the story is that we're gonna find a way.
My point with that is like it's probably gonna end up being closed at some point.
Eventually,
the direction is going.
He's probably gonna get arrested.
I mean, we might get a fine if we're there when they come, but
true.
You know, it is what it is. And when it closes, I'll have my home gym that I put in, which I still half the week. I just train at home now.
Yeah.
And like if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way no matter what. Like if you want it bad enough, you've already found a way. You're not even watching this for answers.
I agree.
You're too busy putting together your own home gym and already training, and asking how to keep your gains.
All of my clients who are serious have built a home gym or a friend's home gym, something. They all found a way. There's not one client of mine that's really serious that hasn't found a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we're literally risking our freedom to get a workout.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You're gonna find a way.
I think this is bullshit. This is not freedom. Where you can get fucking arrested for going to a private gym where there's like 5 people max at a time.
I feel
this is some bullshit.
I feel like we live in like Cuba in the 70s or something. Like this is crazy.
This is like communist Russia. This is like what my grandparents dealt with. Where you can only go to the store and get one toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then they take it out of your card if you get any more.
This is all wild, bro. This is all wild, bro. There's been viruses in the past, and this has never happened. So I don't know.
Hopefully this doesn't become a thing now. That they see they can control your freedom so easily.
To be honest, I think it might become like the next flu that comes out, next virus that comes out. I think they might try to do something similar now because they got away with it so far. Yeah. So.
And there's less people driving now. They can't give out traffic violations. So now they're giving out fines in some counties here for not wearing a mask. $1,000 fine for leaving your house without wearing a mask.
That's crazy.
And there's not even any masks in the stores. So like, what are people supposed to do?
You gotta make
all the idiots already bought them. So
you gotta wear paper towels on your face. you can't even find those at the store anymore. Can't even find paper towels now. So it's crazy.
Yeah. So moving on to the next question then. Any tips for getting more views on YouTube fitness videos? Not like Dr. Greg style, more like vlog. Well, if you're doing fitness vlogs, I hate to say it, but nobody wants to fucking see that shit. You're not gonna get that many views. Mm-hmm. The only way you can maybe pull it off if you're starting from scratch is, and I'm not even joking when I say this, is if you have like that David Lade look, that Gymshark, you know, frat boy with abs look. And if you did, you would probably already be getting views. You wouldn't be asking how to get views. And like all those Gymshark guys, they pretty much look identical, and for some reason that's what people like to see in fitness. But otherwise, like if you're just starting out, especially if you just barely look like you lift. I know everybody's delusional when they're at the gym and they see themselves under gym lights. But if you don't even look that good and you're trying to start a fitness channel, like, what are you thinking? That's my question. Like, it's already so oversaturated, and it's the same fucking workouts, same meals, same everything every single time. Like, why do you think people are gonna watch you? What's different about you? You know what I mean? Beatty, like, dude, you're bigger than like 99.999% of people, and you barely get that many views on your videos. If you're half Beatty size, like, why is anybody gonna watch you? What do you think about that?
When it comes to this question, it's hard to answer this question honestly without sounding like an asshole, right?
Right.
Because it's not the answer you want to hear. Listen, if you have to ask somebody this question, it's probably not for you.
Right.
Like, Larry never asked anybody for tips on this. It just happened. You know why? Because
Larry is Larry. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
If you're like some super unique 1 in a billion, like Larry or Brian Shaw, like, yeah, and then you'll probably get views. Random little Jimmy is not, nobody wants to see you work out.
From what I've seen, either you have that David Lade look, and usually that look, it goes well with, like, let's say you have that look and you happen to be strong, like David Lade, something like that, and very young. So either you're super young and super strong for your age, like a Larry, you're like really charismatic. Somebody like Russ Swole, he's just really charismatic. He happens to be really funny and really strong. You know
even somebody like that, I think he's just been doing it long enough. If he started now, I think he would struggle.
You're right. He's been doing it for a long time. A lot of people don't know that. So okay. So you have something that people want to see. That's not the same thing, right? and that's very rare. If you have to ask this question, you probably don't have it, and it's probably not for you, and that's okay. You got to find your niche. You know what I'm saying? Eric is doing prank videos, right?
Right.
That's his niche, and he gets a ton of views. If he does fitness videos, it wouldn't be as much as a prank. So it's not always trying to be like somebody else, but it's more finding a niche. You might not need to do vlogs or vlogs, whatever they call it. You might have to find a niche for you, and YouTube might not be for you altogether. If you don't have a certain talent, a certain personality, a certain look that people want to see, they're just not gonna watch you. To be honest with you,
the only people that really get good views on their vlogs are the super rich top YouTube channels, where like Jake Paul, he can just go destroy a Ferrari for fun and make that an entertaining vlog. Like if you don't have that kind of budget, nobody wants to see you just go to the grocery store and go to the gym. Like it's not that exciting. Yeah. If they do want to see it, then they'd probably rather watch Michael Hearn or somebody who actually is good at doing it. Like not to sound like an asshole again, but it's just reality.
It's hard to not sound like an asshole. Another thing, if you happen to be really good at what you do, like let's say Eddie Hall, your world's strongest man, obviously you're gonna go follow it.
Yeah.
If you're like a body, like let's say Brandon Curry, he's not very entertaining to watch.
Even then, like. it would probably be hard. Like that's Mr. fucking Olympia, and it would probably be hard just to post workout videos.
Yeah, and
get views.
You got to do other things. But like, if you have certain titles, maybe if you're the best at what you do, you're probably gonna have a good following.
But the people watching this are Mr. Olympia, the Olympic champions.
Like I said, if you were the best at what you do, you wouldn't be asking this question because you would already gain the attention of people.
And if you're gonna try to do prank videos or like any type of videos, really, don't just do what everybody else has already done a million times. Like same thing applies to fitness. Don't do a fucking do you want to bang prank or picking up girls. Like everybody already does that shit.
Change it up.
If you're not better than everybody else who already does that, why would anybody want to watch you? Again,
I agree.
Yeah. And that's like the key thing before you even get into like thumbnails and titles and all that complicated shit. Like if you're just not posting good shit, nobody's gonna watch it.
I agree.
So you gotta do something that nobody else is doing.
I guess to answer this question in a nutshell, it's very difficult to do, and the fact that you're even asking the question it might not be the best avenue for you, to be honest.
Any successful YouTuber will tell you this, and you probably think, oh, well, it's easy for you to say, but it's just reality. If you're doing this solely to get views, you're not going to last. You're going to burn out because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, think of how long I've been on YouTube, how long I barely got any views. Like, even when I just switched to doing the pranks a few months ago, I was losing money doing it. I had more of a budget that I was pulling in from the videos. Mm-hmm. But I had my goal, I had my vision, I just kept grinding until finally, like now, I'm able to make good money off it. Mm-hmm. But if that's all you're doing it for, and you're not truly passionate about it, like I love doing pranks. I would do it for free. Mm-hmm. Same thing with fitness before. Mm-hmm. Like I would just record videos for fun, even if I didn't get paid.
I agree.
Even if I had to do something else for work. So you have to be truly passionate about what you do on top of actually being entertaining and being good at it.
You have to want to do it for the right reasons, right? So this probably happens to you too. Somebody DM you like, give me a shout out. And you click their profile and he has like 3 pictures. one of him like this, one of him like this.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't look impressive at all. It's like, so you can tell he just wants the fame. He's not really into fitness. Yeah. He doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? He's not really
and like, they think we're being assholes if we ignore them or give them this explanation. But if you're like, think of how long we've worked to get where we are with our social media. Like, it's so disrespectful if you're just starting out. You've made one post and you're asking for a free shout out. Like,
it doesn't work that way. And nobody's gonna follow you from that shout out anyways.
Exactly. If you're not even good, it doesn't matter who shouts you out, how much you pay for that shout out. It's not going to do anything if you don't have a reason for those people to stay on your channel.
Yeah. I feel like it works best when you actually have a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when Larry started posting, he was just doing his passion. He wasn't thinking about views. He wasn't thinking about, I want 1 million subscribers. He was strong. He posted his lifts. That's it. People say, oh, I want to hear your story. I want to hear you talk. he starts to talk. He's just going off of what's coming to him. He's not like, oh, I want to be famous so bad. You know, nobody goes into it like that. And if you do, you're probably not gonna last, like Eric just said.
Yeah. And the final thing that we're gonna talk about today, it's an interesting one. What was your worst experience spinning?
Ooh, spicy.
I've actually never had like anything terrible happen, like infection or nothing's ever went wrong. Like I've never had a terribly painful shot or anything. Thank God. The reason that this whole time that I've been using gear, I've never had anything terrible go wrong, is because I'm lucky. Like that's
I'm surprised, yeah. I'm surprised.
That just like it's not to say that I've done anything, that should have gone wrong, but it's like when you see Boston get an infection, everybody's like, "Oh, it's because he's an idiot." No. I hate when people fucking say that shit. Like Dallas McCarver dies, "Oh, because he's just an idiot. He didn't know what he was doing." Like we're all equally idiots to be doing this in the first place.
But you know, to some extent, if somebody obese gets a heart attack, nobody's gonna say, "Oh, they're idiot for eating junk food."
It's a fucking drug addict passes away at 25.
Nobody says
it's a tragedy, which it is. It is either way, but
it should be a tragedy for everybody.
Right? Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. I hate when people say that shit. like oh, he's just an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. That same person could get the same infection the next day.
Exactly.
It could happen to anybody, so don't be on your high horse just because you've been lucky. And I hate it when it's other bodybuilders too who are also blasting tons of gear. Like when Dallas passed away and Ronnie Coleman was talking shit. Like, bro, are you fucking kidding me?
Dallas was chasing Ronnie,
right?
He looked up to him, But I was like, come on, Ronnie. But to be fair, Ronnie's on a bunch of painkillers. He's probably like, I think his brain is like dead at this point. But anyways, yeah. So. Let me be like completely transparent, right? So maybe I was about 22, 23, something like that, and I had weak triceps.
Oh, I just turned 24, by the way.
There you go. So basically, I had weak triceps, and I had pretty big biceps. So I wanted to kind of balance it out. So I was like, okay, let me start putting gear into my triceps. You know what I'm saying? I personally like spot injections with the actual gear. I've tried, not to go off topic, but I've tried synthol. It kind of
cut that part out.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the things you never talk about.
It's taboo.
Yeah,
okay.
Synthol and you always eat clean 100% no matter what.
Yeah,
you can't. You cannot eat junk.
You can't admit to that.
Yeah, you can't admit.
The issue is once you admit that, people are gonna start pointing out random stuff. They're gonna be like, look at his traps. Eric's traps are too big. Nah, but anyway, so I personally like the gear spot injections better, personally. So what I would do is I would shoot the short head and long head. I had a few people, I think Boston told me too, don't do the short head.
After he already got his infection.
Did that happen to him already?
It happened to him a couple
of
years ago, yeah.
So basically, including my coach at the time. But come on, if you're 22, 23, who listens to coaches?
Hey, I listened to you when you told me. I never shot my short head, only the long head.
Well, smart. I didn't listen because it looked good. I was like, wow, this is good. I was getting compliments and stuff. So one day I shot it. The next day it kind of got a little swollen, a little warm. I was like, okay. Then it kept getting worse. I'm like, wow, this is pretty bad. Then it started to trickle down. It got to my elbow, got to my forearm. Now I know it's bad. It started trickling down to the point that it got to my hands and fingers. My fingers got swollen. At that point...
That sounds fucking scary.
Yeah, that's the issue. So I go to the urgent care, ER, whatever. They gave me some antibiotics.
Yeah.
I started taking it orally, whatever. It was a high dose too. And then it keeps getting worse.
All right.
Now I have to go back and they're like, wow, I think you have like a staph infection. I think this is really bad. So I was scared. They hooked me up and had me on like intravenous antibiotics. And it started leaving. Like my mom had to come and everything. They was taking out handbooks. Oh, this is why you don't do steroids. But I mean, it wasn't because of actual steroids.
Obviously,
yeah. Because if that was the case, everybody would be. But at the time, I thought maybe it was like a bad batch. I don't think it was because that means I would have been affected from the previous shots.
Right.
I just think it's something to do with the short head. I think the short head, everybody I know who's ever shot the short head have had that issue, including Boston and a couple of, Nick Trigili.
Really?
Yeah, he had to pull out the USA's before, and he was the front winner.
Yeah, I mean, you told me that from the start, so I was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, so maybe I guess I am a little smarter in that sense, but still, an infection could happen to anybody with like any body part. So don't be on your high horse just because you've never had anything bad happen.
I've heard tons of people say that happens to quads. I've never.
Yeah, that massage lady that we had, she lectured me so much I stopped shooting quads after that. And because I was trying to spot inject quads in the first place, and I mean, you know, my quads, they don't grow no matter what I do, so it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's not working, and I'm risking an infection, so I'm not even gonna bother with it.
I don't think it works for that.
I think it only works for the smaller muscle. But anyway, my worst injection stories. So again, I've never had anything like a bad injection, but our younger viewers will probably appreciate this. When I lived with my mom, you know, I had to obviously hide it the whole time, especially when I was like a teenager, 16, 17. That was, I would have to like hide it in my bathroom and shit. And I remember when I was 17, one time I was in my bathroom doing my shots, had the shower running and everything, and she starts banging on the door. Like, I have to get in there and get something, like right now. I forgot what she needed, like some brush or something. I forgot what she needed and why it was in my bathroom, but she needed to get it right then, that second. I'm like, and then I tried stalling, like, I can't hear you in the shower. She's like, no, I need to get in here right now. And then so I tried to play like I'm embarrassed because I'm naked. Like, I'm naked, you can't come in here. She's like, open the door right now. So then I had to get in the shower, like pretend to be wet. And then this whole time I was hiding the gear in the shower too. And then like I opened the door and ran in there, and she got what she needed, and she didn't notice obviously because I hid in the shower. But if she had like looked, I mean, that was like a really close call.
I would have like barricaded the door or something. Act like I passed out and then wake up.
And then a few years later, when I was already living on my own, when I thought, okay, I never have to worry about this shit ever again, you know, and my mom obviously knew at this point. My grandma knew because she would always come and clean my house. But I always thought for some reason my grandpa doesn't know. Like, I assume my grandma just cleans my room and she keeps it a secret from him, like not to worry him. So one day I'm sitting on my kitchen table doing my shots, and I have a maintenance worker in my house fixing something. So I hear footsteps coming, and I was shooting my bicep. I have the needle in my arm. I hear footsteps coming. I think, oh, it's the maintenance worker, whatever. And it's my fucking grandpa. He has the key to my place. Obviously, he like forgot something. He came to get it, and he just walks up, like gets whatever he's getting, and just like nothing ever happened.
You never mentioned it?
We've never talked about it. Like, I mean, obviously I know that he knows at this point, but like at that point I wasn't sure. Like, does he know or does he not know? And I was like, fuck. At that point, like I was halfway into the shot. I couldn't just pull it out. It was just like the most awkward shit ever.
That's horrible, bro.
I felt like shit the next few days because like I wanted to talk to him too, but like I can't call him now. Like, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh man.
But yeah, well, now he knows though, and like I don't have to hide it. But
that's how. But have your mom ever mentioned anything about it or no?
I mean, all the time. She's like, "Are you on it now? What are you taking? Like, are you getting your checkups? Like now, like I can talk to her openly about it."
That's good. I think it's important to have that relationship like with a parent, because some parents just go like so against it to the point that, listen, you gotta do it regardless.
Right.
At least just make sure they're being safe.
Yeah.
That's what you can do.
Like, you don't want to ruin your relationship.
No.
With your kid or whatever, just because of your strong stance against something that they're gonna do anyway.
Exactly.
And like, I mean, obviously, like it's not like if I had a kid that did like recreational drugs, like yeah, I would be pissed. I would be very much against that because that like affects your brain and everything. But like steroids don't do that. Like,
I mean,
it's much safer than like I'm not gonna say it's safe. Again, like shit could happen to anybody at any point, but it's not like taking heroin or
no, definitely not.
And a lot of parents, when they see needles, they just automatically think heroin.
It looks bad though.
Yeah,
I can't lie, it looks bad. Like if I walked in on my son and I just see a bunch of needles, I would be alarmed.
And you know nothing about gear, like you just think, oh, he's a fucking drug addict. Like, what the fuck? I fucking failed as a parent. I'm glad that my parents are at least open-minded about it, and they like understand it now. They're willing to understand it, whereas some parents are just like, 100% against it no matter what. And I wouldn't want to lie to my parents. Like, I'm glad I can just be transparent with them.
I agree. I would try to keep my kids away from every kind of drug. But if they do it, depending on what it is, I'm just going to be like, okay, make sure you do it properly.
If I had a son, though, that would be pretty badass if he used gear.
To be honest, like, I personally wouldn't want him to do it. But if he went that route, I would teach him to do it the proper way.
Right.
Instead of just, it's kind of weird to just say, don't do it, and they're going to do it, and they're going to do it wrong now.
And then I have one client, you obviously know who he is. Mm-hmm. He's good friends with both of us. Mm-hmm. He's almost 30 and lives with his parents, which I tell him, you're too old to be living with your parents, but obviously right now with the coronavirus shit, it's kind of hard to move.
Yeah.
But whenever his parents find the shit in his room, they just throw it in the trash. And
That's
what do you think you're accomplishing? Like, you're just wasting his money that he's going to buy the same shit again. What do you think you just accomplished?
That's not cool. That's not cool. I get it. It's their house. But it's just not a good move. It's not going to teach him anything.
Yeah. It's just going to, distance him from them.
It's going to make it worse. The only time I would probably do that is if I walked in and my son was doing meth.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like any recreational drugs, I would beat their ass. But, this is different.
Yeah, this is way different.
Do I have any interesting bonus questions? Let me see. Hi, Kanevsky Fitness.
Oh.
Somebody wrote in Russian, have a good day. Okay. That's very exciting for the Q&A. Do you miss your hair? I mean, honestly, I wish it would just stop growing altogether. Because when you're trying to keep it bald, and it just grows in the back, like Paul Heyman, it's kind of a hassle. But have you seen what Joey Swole did?
That's his real hair?
Yeah.
You're lying.
No, he got a transplant. What?
I thought he had a wig. I thought it was a joke.
No. He grew his hair out.
I thought he had a wig on and it was a joke.
Like that motherfucker, more plates or whatever, who said it's impossible for me to get a hair transplant. Fuck you. That's proof that if I want to, I could do it. I just I prefer being bald right now.
I thought he had a toupee on and he was joking.
No, he has it in every picture now. That's his real hair.
Okay, I haven't really paid attention to it, but I think Joey Swole looks like he would look better with hair, whereas I think your look looks better bald. Personally. Yeah. Personally. Like if you just grew hair out of nowhere, I think it would look kind of I don't know if it would go with you as much, to be honest with you.
But if I ever want to,
you could, yeah.
It's an option. I'd prefer being bald right now. People for some reason in these forums or whatever, if you're bald and you're short, it's you should just kill yourself. It's the end of the world.
I'd rather be bald than short.
Oh, 100%. I'm glad I'm not short. But, I like being bald. I don't get why people make such a big deal about it. I guess it goes with me, too. You see somebody like More Plates who's, obsessed with it. He thinks that being bald is the same as getting heart failure. But, you look at him and, he would actually look good with a buzz cut, I feel like.
But he probably doesn't just don't like that.
Yeah.
I think you should even go balder. I think you should, laser your hair off. So you don't have, I'm serious, so you don't have to cut it.
I mean, I don't, because, dude, I feel like if I wanted to do, some, psycho character, I would probably grow it out a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In case.
Yeah. Would you do a cycle, and which, if you can get blood work done in your country? I mean, we probably would.
If you couldn't get blood work done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then let's be real.
I would just go by how I feel. If I felt crappy or shitty, I would come off.
And most of the shit people do, I have clients who do 500 tests, and they're like, when should I get blood work? What do you think is happening from 500 tests?
The funny part is, though, the people who do 3 grams of test don't get their blood work checked.
I always get my blood work because I stay on top of it. But, it's crazy. The people who do, the really small pussy cycles that don't do anything, they want to get blood work, every few weeks. What do you think is happening? If it was that deadly, why are you even using it? I don't know. Thoughts on Wrestlemania? Did you see it with no crowd?
They had fake fans in the crowd?
They had no fans.
No, I seen a picture and it was I thought I seen fake fans.
No, it was super awkward. But they did this movie scene for a couple matches where it was a movie.
That's weird.
They did one Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a graveyard, which it was actually pretty cool because I mean, Undertaker, he's 55 now. He can barely go, but they made him seem like a fucking badass in that scene.
Really?
The way they edited it and shit. But there was another one, John Cena and Bray Wyatt, where like I don't even know how to explain it. Like the people that saw it and are watching this, it was
bad.
It was bad. there was like no even wrestling. It was just like this weird, like John Cena's having a dream or something. Like it was just awkward.
That's
like,
not what they want to see.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad they did something at least. And that's the only thing like still going as far as sports.
Yeah.
Like there are no other sport. Like I feel like the NBA or whatever, if they wanted to do it with no fans, like they could probably make it work. But
they're all tested. Coaches, players, they've all been screened. Why can't they play amongst each other?
Right, exactly.
I'm not an expert, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound that bad to me. But,
Yeah.
Hey.
Best advice to overcome binge eating. Just don't binge eat.
Don't do it.
It's not a disease. It's not like cancer. Like you can overcome it. You just have to stop. I don't even think it's that hard. Just close your mouth and don't eat anymore.
You know what's funny? I think people think we don't get cravings. Like, oh, it's easier for you, but it's just harder for me. No, it's not. It's just as hard for us. We just don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we do it in the opposite. But when it counts, we don't do it.
Exactly. Like just have a little bit of discipline. I could go on a rant all day about this, but like I don't get people who, they need a motivational speech to close their mouth and not eat when they're trying to lose weight.
Your goals have to be more important than your urges. Simple as that.
Right. Like when I woke up today, you know what I wanted to do?
Right.
Go back to sleep.
I feel like that all the time.
Every time I wake up to shoot, because that's always how I am. Like I would rather just go back to sleep. But I get my ass up and I go get shit done because it's important to me.
You got goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much every day I wake up, I literally want to go right back to bed.
I remember I even shot one video. The professor video was actually right after I had food poisoning.
Wow.
But a couple of days before that, I was still poisoned, and I shot a transgender video. If it's important to you, you'll do it no matter what. Like, you don't need to ask how to get it done. You're gonna find a way.
I agree with that.
But on that note, that is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, you know what to do. Make sure to smash that like button as well as the subscribe button on Beatty's channel and on my channel, but especially on Beatty's channel. Made so many videos together, and you guys didn't smash the subscribe button, and that's why I gotta keep reminding you guys. But yeah, that is gonna be the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, we're out.
Thank you, man.